Hi, good evening. Welcome back to another JSTV. Back again. I'm just going to do the intro. What's going on, people? Welcome back to another JSTV. Back again as actually John Sinclair TV, and that's my channel name. And tonight we're doing a live match preview show between Blackburn and Newcastle. Third Emirates FA Cup fifth round kicks off Ewood Park at around 7:45. I've got two Blackburn fans with us and a late replacement for Paul as well. Big up to you for Dirk, John T, and Newcastle fan Stephen. Hi to you guys.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good lads, good lads. And for those who don't know, John T and Dirk, they're both Blackburn fans as well. One's from America and one's a local lad as well. So if you like the video, like what you watch, make sure you like and subscribe, please. Also, subscribe to the channel as well. And I've 50 new subscribers in the last 24 hours. Thank you very much indeed.
Nice.
And also, if you watch my latest vlogs as well, the Arsenal games Arsenal, that's the link. Click on that and stick a like on, please. If you're new to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button as well. And if you like to like and share the socials as well, thank you, Leslie. I appreciate that. And super chats are available as well. Bottom right hand corner, and just join for 99p if you'd like to become a member as well. And best wishes to Paul. Hope as well. Yeah, he's got an emergency tonight, and he can't make it tonight as well. And it would have been great to see him back. And welcome to Blackburn Rovers fans. Thank you, Les. And hi to Leslie as well. Right. It's FA Cup fifth round. And I'm going to start with Dirk because you are the guest. Yeah, I mean, Blackburn at home to Newcastle. And you must be buzzing for this game tomorrow.
Yeah, of course, it's a nice distraction from our current league woes at the moment when we're trying to adapt to a new manager, new style of play, and maybe have a refresh of an old rivalry, perhaps against the Geordies. We haven't had opportunities that often to play each other, so no, looking forward to it. It's going to be a free hit for Rovers, to be honest with you. I think more of the pressure is going to be on you guys for the match. I think Eddie Howe might be under a bit of pressure. And I think maybe a lot of his destiny is riding on this one. As for us, just hopefully an enjoyable cup day. You know, to be honest with you, I would rather be it done and dusted tomorrow, whether it's a win or a defeat. Don't want no replays, but looking forward to it none the same.
Cool stuff, cool stuff. And welcome to Johnny T as well, also a big Rovers fan as well. And John, welcome to JSTV. When the draw was made, how did you feel about the draw?
Excited. I mean, who wouldn't be when Newcastle, especially at home at Ewood Park, come down to us? So you always bring a few thousand fans, don't you? And you're normally pretty loud as well. So I've got a few Newcastle friends as well. So no, I was absolutely delighted with that. I wanted a big club, and obviously yourselves or Man United was the team that I wanted. We got you. So yeah, ecstatic with that.
Great stuff, great stuff. And Stephen, when the draw was made at Ewood Park, 7,000 is going to be travelling up to Marnies. That's a fantastic turnout as well. I'll be one of them as well, of course. What do you think of the draw? Were you happy with the draw?
I was happy with the draw, but I actually saw some hesitation in when the ball was picked out. Because when I saw the draw, the person that was doing the draw had all our ball. right?
Yeah.
Really nearly had a ball, and then suddenly it was like let go and picks up the other ball.
Yeah.
I found it a bit strange. It was like someone was saying, "No, leave that there. Just pick up the other one," you know. And it was like, so like Newcastle like to be a away team again, and I just found it a bit strange. It was just weird the way the draw was done. We ended up in the last one to be pulled out, but things happen that way. I just thought it was a bit of a thing, you know. You shouldn't be able to see that bowl underneath. It was a bit dodgy to me, but it's good to play Blackburn again. We haven't played them since we was in the Championship. Or saying that, no, I think we played them in the League Cup game, though, didn't we? It was the last time we played them when we beat them. So that's what we can do it again.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. By the way, me computer gets frozen. Can you please take over for 2 minutes? If it gets frozen, I will be back. I'm having a lot of problems with the area at the minute. Like, you know, I don't know, like he's freezing, but if it does, I shall let you guys know. And big up to Sophie as well, the big gooner. Listen, well done for beating us, Soph. I'm a good loser, you know that as well. Especially like subscribe to John's channel. You know what, Soph? Love you lots. And do check out Gooner Gossip TV. Hit that subscribe and sub her channel. She is absolutely amazing. And I'll be going on Gooner Farm and Gavin's channel 8:15 tonight. Let's move on to 20 Rover 08. Big up to you, mate. Thanks for coming on my channel. Hit the subscribe button, mate. Thank you very much indeed for that. It says, come on, Rovers. And I'll be up there tomorrow. If you see us up there, hit us up. Hey, good evening to Alan. Hope you're great, mate. Love and the bits. He's a top guy. He's part of the community as well. Hi to Amy in the chat as well. Hi to Mr. T. Leeds are going up to the Premier League next season. So, yes, we're looking forward to see Leeds United back up in the Premier League. What a job Daniel Farke has done. And let's go on to other stuff before we go on to the main topic as well. And hi to Alan and everyone in the chat as well. Right, I'll start with you, Stephen. Eddie had his press conference today. And basically, he's talking about Joe Linton's new contract deal. And he said that would be a first priority to get that contract deal sorted ASAP. Now, obviously, Dan Ash is no longer at the club. Basically, Amanda Staveley and Mary Adams is going to sort it out for Joe Linton. He is so important, isn't he? He's very important.
Oh, massively, mate. And I just said, well, when you look at how much he's actually, or what he's actually getting paid, it's nothing compared to the people of his stature, you know, in the game. You know, he is under Eddie Howe, and we've said this before. When he was a striker under Ashley's reign, he weren't worth 40 million as a striker. You know what I mean? We paid good money for him. He was a good player, but he weren't getting the fitness. He weren't getting the right type of training and everything to keep him up to that standard. Eddie Howe came in and went, right, you're not going to be striker anymore. You're going into midfield. And within 2 months, he was a different player. And he was actually doing the job. And say he wasn't worth 40 million as a striker, but he was worth 40 million and more as a midfielder. And he's worth it. And I think with him getting injured the way he has, is a massive loss to us in midfield. Gameres has lost his little partner.
Yeah.
And they played so well together. And that's what's caused us problems in midfield. And I think if they can get the strike, if they've got to pay £100,000 a week for him, give him the £100,000 a week. We can afford to do it. You know, there's FFP and all that sort of thing. But at the end of the day, come the summer, we do that little clear out of all those players that we've got on loan and stuff like that out. Get rid of them. The money's there. And then we can then look at the purse strings, bring in some more other players. At the end of the day, he is so big to our team, we can't let him go. Especially if Gameres, at the moment, there's speculation about Gameres in the summer that he could go. So Joe Linton, we need to keep him because if Gameres goes, he is going to be the main man of our midfield.
Facts. Absolute facts. Big up to Shelley B, by the way. Hi to Shelley B. I hope you're good. I hope you're going to the Blackburn game tomorrow. And if you are, I'll meet you out there as well. And before we go on, just to let you know, guys, that there's big news, by the way. I mean, obviously, I was at Chelsea, had a bit of abuse by fans calling us a fake fan. And on Saturday, there's a guy by the name of Jake came up to us and apologized to us, and he said he was wrong. Put his hand up, he was wrong, and he shook his right hand. Everything's forgotten. Fair play to Jake if you're watching on the channel. Big up to you, my guy, and everything's forgotten, mate. So it takes guts to some company to apologize when they've done wrong. You know, calling someone a fake fan, which I'm not. We had a chat, and everything's forgotten. So that is gone. Let's move swiftly on. Oh, Josh is watching the channel as well. Go with you, Dirk. I mean, John Eustace, the Blackburn manager, newly appointed Blackburn manager. I mean, 3 draws, 1 win, and a defeat. And he said in the 2 home games, they've been fantastic. The 3 away games as well. They're going to play a massive part in what we're going to do between now and the end of the season. I know they'll play the 12th man again tomorrow night. John Eustace is new appointed manager, as you know. I mean, are you impressed with him so far?
Two sides of that coin. I'm impressed with him grinding. We're grinding out the results right now in a part of the season where we definitely need to do so because we're down the foot end. Of course, the scenario that was created prior to him was, not ideal. But as a viewer, as a connoisseur of Blackburn Rovers football, it's not the greatest spectacle at the moment. But hey, we're in a business like a business. Football is a business like business. And we need to get those results in. We need to get the points in. We need to secure our safety for the time being, and that's paramount. However, it appears to be chalk and cheese from the football that we were playing back at the start of the season under our old coach and an old friend of your team, of course, JDT, John Dale Thomason. So which is a little bit it's a bit of a sour note as well. The fact that John Eustace is going to be taking over, or will be taking charge of this game. It would have been an ideal farewell for JDT to manage Rovers against Newcastle, maybe a little parting performance. But the performances are not. They're getting the results. They're hardworking efforts. Are they great to watch? Are they a joy to watch? Not really. But right now, I take the points. I take the grind at the expense of the free flowing football we were playing last year and the start of this calendar year or start of this season.
Fantastic stuff. Let's hope John Eustace do well. But after we beat you tomorrow night. Big up to Soph, by the way. We all know you're a real passionate fan, John. Thank you very much. I don't know if you've seen my latest vlog, Soph. It's worth giving it a like. Thank you very much, man. You'll love it. Absolutely love it. As long as I don't say Tommy Cafu, I'll be in the good books as well. John T. I mean, you touched just touch on JDT. Are you shocked that he left Blackburn Rovers?
Yes and no. I'll sit on the fence on that one. I was happy when he left Rovers. I'm going to be honest with you, and some people, there's a real divide in Rovers fans as to, some say that he was on a journey and you could see what he was trying to do. And don't get me wrong, there were some glimpses of some beautiful football, some really fast flowing triangular football. But then when you play it in the box, there's nobody there to put it in. For me, he frustrated me. He was in my opinion, a one-trick pony. It was a JDT way, which was almost like Man City playing out from the back. He played that way, and he couldn't change it. And I don't think his pride would let him step in and change it. So as a Rovers fan, it was very frustrating. I'm glad we're not playing you away, actually, because I've got a horrendous away record this season. I've watched us get beat 3-0 at Plymouth away, which was one hell of a journey. I watched us get beat 4-0 at Southampton, West Brom. I could go on, the list goes on. Huddersfield, Hull. I've seen so many away games. I've not seen us win on the road yet. Unfortunately, I haven't been to the Stokes and the Norwich where we won comfortably at both of those away. So, yeah, JDT, I wish him well, but I found him a very, very frustrating person. Any in-game management decisions, they were just like for like players, and yet it was crying out for tactical changes, some wholesale changes on the pitch sort of thing. So a long answer to your short question, was I shocked? Yes, I was a little bit more shocked, because I thought Blackburn Rovers, in the situation that we're in, I didn't think that we would actually go down that route of looking for a new manager at the early February sort of thing. So, but to echo Dirk's point, really, it's not pretty football under John Eustace at the minute, but we're getting points where I'm pretty convinced that we would have not got under JDT, to be fair.
Yeah, it's a shame, really, because I've heard things about JDT saying that he plays a wonderful football, but he just hasn't got a plan B. That's what I was told by Blackburn fans.
100%.
And it's like Eddie sometimes, though. Lovely football, but he hasn't really got a plan B. That is the thing. If he had a plan B, like on Saturday, he should have played 3 centre-backs, Steve, in my opinion. Played 3 centre-halves against Arsenal, 2 wing-backs, because that game on Saturday, let's be real, I was there. First half, I was horrified. Yes, Arsenal played well, but we're just a million miles away. But again, we're also going to be at this moment in time. We were shocking there.
We were never going to get a win at that game. Never going to get a win. We ain't good enough at the moment. We're lethargic. We haven't got the pace. I think what we should have played basically 5-3-2 or 5-4-1 because we had to really defend big. And I don't think the tactics in that game was what we needed to do. We should have set out to get a draw. There was no way we were going to win that game. And I think I don't think he thought about exactly what we needed in that game. And I think a draw should have been what we were looking for. And then hit him on break to get a chance. But I think at the end of the day, any point we can get is valuable. And I think 1 point against Arsenal would have been the best way of getting something out of it. And because we haven't got the team at the moment to compete with them. Arsenal are so good at the moment. I wouldn't have even thought about winning that game on Saturday. A draw was what I would have been looking at. I think it was bad the way we went into that game. And every time we came forward, they hit us on the break. And they could have caught us for a lot more goals than what they scored against us. I think we were lucky for that result.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, first 45 seconds, got a corner. Could see 4 goals, 2 from corner. One of them, when Tina allowed Saka to cut inside and score from it. And then the one for the second goal was just horrendous. Like, number 29 got the second goal. I'm not going to mention his name. Just going to say 29. You know what I'm on about. Let's go on to Sophie. Thank you so much indeed. Mwah. Sophie, you're an absolute ledge. You really are. To Dirk and Jonte, your team needs to get back to the Prem. It's where you belong. Let's put that as the case, man.
Love that. Thanks, Alan.
Top guy, and as well. He's a wine-up merchant as well, by the way. But no, Alan, Steve Bruce is not going to Blackburn. Anyway, John's top-notch. Amy, so are you. Thank you very much indeed. Up the Southwark Mags, that's some Billy Jack. Big up to Billy. I hope you're good. Big up to Andy. I hope you're okay, my guy. And got one is Rovers. 20 Rovers, by the way. Blues, come on. Wow. I think, bless him. Welcome to the show, man. So glad I missed that game, to be honest. Amy, to be honest with you haven't missed much, yeah? And if I was doing a live show, a watch-along, I'd tell the viewers to stay in bed because that's a horrific performance. I know second half was okay, but at the end of the day, I just judged the players as a B. That was horrendous. Arsenal's in the past. We move on. Thank you, Alan. Shelley agrees with you as well. We kind of changed the past as well. It was, well, I tell you what, it should have been more than 4, by the way. I can't lie. If it has to be more than 4 goals, I cannot complain because they were that good. Let's go on to the bit of injury news. I'll start with Blackburn first. Dirk, I'll start with you, right? For me, you got a couple of injuries coming out as well, I believe. And you got players like John Fleck's got a calf injury. Joe Rankin Costello's got a leg injury. And also Ryan Hedges, I believe, limped off 50 minutes into your game against Norwich City. So are they key players for your team, or do you think they're not missed?
Oh no, they will be missed, especially two of the 3 for sure. Fleck, we barely saw him in his debut. I was excited to see him. Of course, his better years are long gone, but still a creative force in midfield and a bit of a midfield wizard that we've lacked now that young Adam Wharton's gone to Crystal Palace. So it's a shame that we won't get to see him anytime soon. Joe Raki Costello on the flip on the other side, one of our academy guys, come through the ranks. It's been a bit of a roller coaster for him career wise, up and down. We don't know what we're going to get from Joe Raki Costello. And I think last year, it was last year when against West Ham in the cup, I'd had enough. Prior to the West Ham game, I had enough with Joe Raki Costello. I was done with him. But then after that, he had a cracking back end of the last season. And became a key component to Blackburn Rovers team. And it's a player that we're missing now. He's a versatile player, can play on the right-hand side of the defence. He can play in midfield. He used to, I think back in the day, was a winger. So he's a versatile player. And I think a player that each team needs, really, somebody that can fill in the gaps when called upon. But I think this year was going to be his greatest opportunity to kind of stick an actual starting 11 guaranteed spot in the team, but unfortunately injury has put him on the back burner for the time being. Hedges will be probably another key player missed, like you said, injured at the moment. We are notorious for having a young team, or we recently had a young team. Slowly but surely the experienced members of our team have been coming back to the squad, and Hedges was one of those. And just having him back was a huge boost to the team and the experience levels and the ability to close out games a little bit. So he'll be a sorry miss come tomorrow night. But I feel that we still have enough players in there to give you guys a couple of problems. I'm not saying we're not going to come into this with favourites or anything like that, but I do think that the recent resurgence and change of fortune for Rovers will give you guys a couple of headaches, and maybe we could take advantage of your torrid weekend this past weekend.
Okay, fair enough. Cool stuff. John T, I want to talk to you about your key player, Smodic, if I pronounce it right. Is it Smodic?
Yeah, Smodic.
He's a cautious lad, and he's been banging in the goal as well. He's quick, he's pacey, and he's having a good season.
He is. Yeah, there's a lot to be said for him. I think he worked really, really well under JDT. One of the few players that really kind of shone in that sort of position that JDT played him in. There's not many other players that you can really say that for JDT. It sounds like I'm being really awful, and to JDT I'm not, or I don't mean to be at least. But yeah, he really shone because he's quite a small player, so he's got a low center of gravity, so he can quickly turn and he moves around a lot. And he just reads the game really, really well. So, we've got a big Sam Gallagher that to the untrained eye, you'd think, yeah, he'll get us loads of goals. But what I like about Sam Gallagher is he takes players with him, sort of thing, and then leaves areas free for people like Schmodics to pop up. But just in addition to what you said, we talked about the injuries briefly there with Dirk, but the one that really, really excites me is John Buckley coming back into the team. That guy, just keep an eye on him. I think he's number 21. That guy is immense. He's such a player. He'll sit in the center of midfield. He's changed the game a couple of times. I think he probably had a fallout with JDT, as did Lewis Travis, that went to Ipswich and is still on loan. I mean, that to me is just bonkers. How you can let somebody, your club captain that absolutely bleeds blue and white, go on loan to a rival championship side and walk straight into the first team. It's just absolutely bonkers. But yeah, John Buckley, keep an eye on him. I'm pretty sure he'll start. Coming back from injury, so I don't think he'll probably last the 90 minutes. But yeah, he's 24. He'll cause you some problems, hopefully.
Let's say it's not tomorrow night. You can cause problems to everyone else, but not to our team.
Well, I don't want him to have a too good a game because he might end up signing him or something like that. And why you never came in for Adam Wharton? I think you were linked with him, but ever since he's gone to Palace, he's had their player of the match every single game, sort of thing. You've missed out on a trick with Adam Wharton for sure.
He's a good player. He is one of the best players in the Championship. And I tell you what, this guy's destined for the best. Is he an Irish lad? Is he Irish?
No, he's Blackburn through and through. So his brother Scott Wharton will be playing I'm pretty sure tomorrow, because we've got a couple of people that are cup tied. So we've got Fadzine. We got him on free from Coventry, so he's cup tied. That's been kind of a bit of a rock. He had I don't know if you remember Colin Hendry, but he used to have blood coming out of his head with loads of bandages on. That was just after a little midweek, game of no major significance. But yeah, his first game, his first real appearance for Rovers. That's how he ended up with a big bandage and still the blood stains coming through, sort of thing. So, but yeah, unfortunately, he's going to be cup tied. So Scott Wharton definitely, I would say, will be at the centre of defence with Dominic Hyam as well. That's been really solid for us as well. So, be a really, really good test tomorrow for Blackburn Rovers. Really, to be fair, some of these younger kids as well will really see what they're up against, and hopefully we'll learn from it. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's hope Isak scores a couple of goals as well. We'll just see. Let's go on to the comments as well. Keep those coming in, please. Please, please, please hit the like button as well, please. It's so important for my channel as well. Hi to Lorraine and Philip. I hope you're both well. Hi to Arsenal for Life. Hi to you. He's a big gooner. And Alan's got a question for you. You'd like to see Tim Stewart as your manager. He was a good player for you in his day. He's a good player in this time, but for me, he ain't managing material.
I went through a phase of wanting to see Tim Sherwood as manager, I'll be honest with you. But I think obviously now a bit too much water has passed under the bridge for me. He's been out of management for a long period of time. But would I like to see him as manager previously? Absolutely, Alan. Yes, I would have done.
Good. He's a good player in this time as well. Also for Life, he came all the way to London just for a 4-1 defeat. What can we say about that? And Steve, can't say much of that one, can we?
No. At the end of the day, in my heart, I was hoping we could win the game, but I knew that in my head, we weren't going there to win, and that was the thing. Arsenal are so good this season. Difference to last season, is they're up for it more than we were.
Yeah, fair enough. Cool. Made it easy Saturday for Arsenal. They have no chance winning the league still. I still think Man City will win the league. But if Arsenal are going to win the title, they have to beat United and City in Manchester. They have to if they're going to win the title. Do you know what I mean? And then I tell you what, how do we allow 29 to be man of the match? Unbelievable. And I'm not going to mention the same Kai Havertz, so I'll just say 29. It's like Biggie Armour, I'll say 24. I can't remember his age thing. That's chatting to Les and Alan. Hi to Philip in the room. Charles, so if you chat to manager, like home City Birmingham let Eustace score when they were flying. Be interesting to see him again. I think John Eustace in that league, given time and get the right backing, John T, I think he'd do all right if he gets the money, because you said order for a lot of money, 22 million quid, I believe. He's got to give him put that money in the summer. He has to.
Yeah, it's just whether we'll get the money. I mean, there's obviously a lot of unrest at Rovers at the minute with the Venkies. That's kind of reared its ugly head again. But I mean, the reality is, without the Venkies, we'll be screwed really at this moment in time. There's also talk about our chief executive, and there's a lot of fan frustration on that. But my personal opinion on that, because of a signing that didn't happen that was coming in from America. But here's my conspiracy theory on that is, I think Blackburn Rovers were probably on the stage of wanting to let JDT go. So why would you want to sign somebody that was going to be a JDT player? So, there's apparently, as the story goes, is that we didn't send some necessary paperwork right through on the 11th hour when it should have happened. But, from my opinion, I think that's a really, really good tactic if we knew that JDT was on his way out, or we didn't want him to continue till the end of the season. At the end of the day, he went by mutual consent, to be honest with you. So, yeah, but Eustace, I've got a few mates that are Birmingham fans. I've got a few QPR fans. They would have him back absolutely tomorrow. I think, to be fair to Eustace, I think the results that we've got so far are really good under the in the current climate. what we've got to remember is that since he's come in, we've played Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday. So he's had very, very little time, of which have been 3 away games. He's had very, very little time to sort of, put a stamp on his style and what he wants to do. We've scrapped out some results. We've rolled our luck a little bit, but hey ho, it is what it is. We've got some points on the board, which, like I said to you before, really, I'm convinced we wouldn't have got previously.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair comment. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I mean, you've got to give him time. I think you do a good job. He'll keep you up mid-table and then push on for next year.
Absolutely.
Is there a planned protest that you own as, or what's that Twitter nonsense?
I've seen some stuff about it. I wouldn't like. I think if there is, it will be a bit of a joke. It wouldn't be. I've seen the tennis ball protests at Reading and other things like that where it had significant sort of momentum by fans. But I've seen a couple bits online. But I think if it does happen, it would be. We've not had the greatest. We're kind of ridiculed at the moment. I feel that we're kind of ridiculed at the moment for a lot of the stuff that we do off the field, and I think this would be another embarrassing thing. It wouldn't be a significant tennis ball nonsense thing with thousands of tennis balls on the thing. It might be 20 or 30, and it will kind of be like, what's the point? And so there is talk. I don't think it will have much bearing tomorrow.
No. Fair enough. Just get behind the team. That's all you got to do. Because
like the boys.
Facts. Absolute facts. Steve, goalkeeper. Is the back going to be fit tomorrow? We don't know yet. But if not, Karras is going to stay in goal. There's a lot of people saying that Karras should be in the team. Should be between the sticks between now and the end of the season. Would you stick with that?
Well, I think if De Krapfer's fit, he needs to be in there. I don't think Karras is good enough. Why did Liverpool let him go? I was very surprised we actually took him when he did. How good is Gillespie? That's what I want to know. He's just sitting there on the bench, earning the money each week. Never seen him play. Never seen him. So, do you take a chance on Gillespie? Because none of us know how good he is. He's just sitting there, earning his money every week. And he's not getting a game. I don't know if he ever plays for the reserves. I don't know what he does for them, if he does play for them or not. But why not give him a chance? Even if it's just lower games for now.
I wouldn't give him a chance now. This game's too important. Too important.
Not Blackburn, but I'm on about in general. I've never seen him play a game.
Nah, I think it'll be too late now, sort of thing. He's here. He's been there since Steve Bruce. It's been for about 4 or 5 years now. Hardly kicked the ball in anger. Do you know what I mean? For me, I said back in the summer, he should be away. Go and find a club somewhere. Go back to Motherwell or somewhere like that so you can get first team action. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it's needed. That's just my opinion. Do you know what I mean? Right. So at the end of the day, you have to ask like cash at a time. I mean, but to go on to, I've seen Gillespie PCs and was poor, to be fair. Karras was far superior. Leslie summed it all up. I'm not going to criticise Mark, but for me, he should be going on loan. He should have been out on loan. And I'll tell you one thing, if he gets another year at Newcastle, I'll be disappointed. You know what I mean? Because we should be clearing players like him, Hendrick, Dummett, Richie. Get rid of them. We need to upgrade the team now.
Yep. The only reason Gillespie's there because he's homegrown. He's one of those 5 homegrown players that you've got to have in the team. And that's the reason he's there only. Yeah.
Fair dues. That's another day. John T, will I be okay with the home seats if I attend around Shiva? That's you.
I'll make sure you're not, JP. I'll make sure you're not, mate. JP is one of my colleagues, so don't worry about him. Karius, though, to be fair, he did make a few good saves for you. Very, very good saves against Arsenal, didn't he? So, whilst the scoreline reflects that the keeper's had a nightmare, he hasn't. To be fair, he made some crucial saves at some crucial points, didn't he?
He did. And I'll tell you what, it hadn't been for him, it could have been 6 or 7. I can't lie. And I'll tell you what,
Ironic.
And I
was
mean,
just
people
gonna
say
say-
Arsenal's good, but yeah, you're right. You're right. But there you go. Yeah, so let's go on to our injury team news as well, Steve. I'll come back to you. I mean, Callum Wilson's has got a chest injury as well. He's not making. Jordan's out for the season. We know that. Nick Pope, he could be back in about a month or so time. He ain't going to make it tomorrow night. Definitely not. But for me, the question is to Bracker. We've gone on to that as well. We're going to go. The team we're going to go with. For me, it's going to be. It's going to be the same lineup and that. But who's going to play on the left side? Would it be Barnes or would it be Gordon? For me, I play Gordon on the right, Barnes on the left, Isak up front. Yeah, I'll drop Miggy. I'll definitely drop Botman as well because he's carrying an injury and he doesn't look right. He had the worst game I've seen in the black and white shirt, that guy. I'm telling you,
he was awful.
Shocking.
He was awful. But as I said, some of these players are playing it week in, week out. They're tired. They're lethargic. You can't expect the players to be playing the way they are. I think we need to start. I think Livramento maybe needs to start. Maybe give Dan Burn a rest to start off. Maybe.
He was sub on Saturday.
I think Willock, if he's fixed it, if he's up for it, I think he should start. He was one of our best players on Saturday because he had pace, he had the fitness, whereas a lot of the players are not 100%. So I wasn't impressed with Ramirez either on Saturday. He just didn't seem to have it. Same again, he's tired. But I think we should start with Ramirez. I just said Botman, put him on the bench. I think if it means bringing Lascelles in to start, do it. And then, like I said, if we need Botman to come on afterwards, then great. And then Burn as well.
Yeah, fair enough. The midfield's going to be important as well. I mean, Bruno will have to play, and also Willock must start. Longstaff, and I still got to play Miley as well. And until we get our proper midfielders back in, I think we'll have to keep playing. Simple as that. Pete, big up to Pete, by the way. Are the team confident enough to win? We've got to win this game tomorrow, and I believe we will do. We'll contact one later on. Hi to Kel, big Newcastle fan as well. Big up to you, Kel. Carries the man on a match. That's our man for FA Cup final against Liverpool. I hope payback time. If you get there first, Alan. If you get there first. I used to hate playing Blackburn when Santa Cruz and McCarthy played for them. I tell you, Santa Cruz is a quality player. And Ben McCarthy, he works hard for the team, but he still get goals as well. Do you think, Dirk, Blackburn's going to play a back three tomorrow? Do you think it'll be a 4-2-3-1? We reckon it's going to be a back 3-4-1-2.
Why? I was just scribbling down my potential 11 here now that made my awareness of the cup tie for Kyle. So I think it's going to be a back three. I'm putting Pickering. Well, I'll put pairs between the sticks. I've got Pickering as a left side centre back. I've seen him do that a couple of times already. Scott Wharton, Dom Hyam making a back three. I don't know if Cresceni is cup tie because he's on loan from Villa. I'd stick him on the left-hand side of a sort of wing-back, Britain on the right-hand side, and then I'd have Buckley and Tronstad in the middle of the park. Smodic doing his thing, Gallagher and Dolan somehow, somewhere up the top end. That's how I would go it. But I don't think I've seen Eustace switch to a back four, or at least start with a back four. So I think we're going to stick with what's working, which is, we're grinding out the results a little bit with the back three. Personnel might change because of registration issues, but yeah, I would go with that. But I'm not sure what John T, if he would agree or disagree or have his own view.
Yeah, I think generally when we don't have the ball, we go to a 5-4-1 sort of formation, and then when we've got the ball, then it becomes more three at the back, and then the other two push up into midfield. That's pretty kind of standard nowadays. obviously with a couple of the cup tied guys, I wouldn't be surprised if it was to feel like a 4-4-2 or a 4-5-1 even to begin with. But who knows? Who knows? I think it's a game that we're going to go for. I don't think we're just going to sit back. I think we'll know that you're a bit of a wounded animal at Newcastle, coming off the back of a few results. We might have a go at you. I think first goal could prove pretty crucial. It's an exciting tie. It really is. It really is. There's going to be a cup upset. I mean, you've got, different teams playing. I think potentially Leeds could be the upset that upset Chelsea, or is it Southampton that go to Liverpool and ruin Jurgen Klopp's season, sort of thing? Who knows?
Yeah.
But I'd like to think it's going to be Blackburn that upset Newcastle, and I'll apologise now if it is. But we could kind of do without the distraction, to be honest, because we're 4 points away from safety. I think we'll be all right, to be fair, in terms of our league position. But if we went on, I think the only other thing is there's no replays tomorrow. I'm right in saying, is there? If it's a draw, we go straight into extra time and then penalties. So it could be a bit of a late night for us on a school night.
I hope it's not. Well, it is a replay. It's not a replay. It's straight to extra time penalties as well. So let's hope it's a 90-minute game, because what we don't want is extra time. We've got an important game on Saturday against Wolves. You got an important game as well, fighting relegation. So we need to get it done inside 90 minutes. So
we're off to Swansea for Saturday. So the team will be leaving Friday. So I think the last thing either team wants is is extra time and then penalties, sort of thing. But that said, I can't remember the last time really we had penalties at Ewood, for a knockout sort of thing. So from a fan's point of view, it's very much value for money, isn't it?
It is.
That's my local side, Swansea.
Oh, is it?
Swansea, yeah.
I'm about 2 miles from the ground at the moment, because where I'm working.
Wow, I know Swansea well. So from my deliveries as well. So big up to Steve, the Swansea fan as well. Blackburn are a massive club. Yeah, I'll tell you what, they're a sleeping giant, but they are a big club. But if they get back in the Premier League and if the Venky starts investing properly, then Blackburn could be below mid-table. I'd take it all day long if I was a Blackburn fan. First score dictates the rest of the game. That's than Phil. Big up to Phil from America. I hope you're good. He's been on my channel before. Lovely guy. I said Bruno was not as a scratch on Saturday. Sleepless nights and all. That would be new baby boy last weekend. Lorraine, he was poor Saturday. Couldn't keep up the pace. The problem, I love Bruno, but he just likes to keep the ball for quite a long time, and he just struggled to keep up with the pace as well. I can't lie. He was poor. He wasn't the only one, though. Sorry, Bruno, but not the best. I think Declan Rice and Jorginho were perfect. And as she said it, Lorraine, that's a Gary. Amy chatting as well. I'm a little bit fed up with hearing we go again. Even Jamie Rubin, we come back stronger, but we don't. That is the thing. You know what I mean? But some fans on social media like to argue all the time. I don't mean Lorraine doesn't do that. She's very calm. Rovers will get it done in 90. No worries. Philly Rovers, you're very confident, but I wouldn't hold the henches, mate. I wouldn't hold to that, my guy. Let's go on to I love away games at Ewood back in the 90s. I tell you what, 7,000's going up yet tomorrow night. I'll be one of them. I just cannot wait. Yeah, Stephen. I mean, who do you think is going to start tomorrow? Give us your information, mate.
Well, what I would like to see tomorrow, I think, would be hopefully Dubrav could be fit. If not, Karius is going to have to take place. I'd love to see, say it's Trippier. I think we maybe need to start with Trippier, Lascelles, and I think Shah, and then I think we should start with Livramento, put a bit of pace in to start at the back rather than putting Burn in. And then I just said midfield. I think Willock. I think we're going to have Guimaraes in there.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a hard one, really. You said it's who's going to start, who's going to be up front. Are we going to have Barnes, Gordon, and Gordon? And like I said, I'm trying to think now who else. I think Miley might start because the way he has been. He has been playing well. Yes, he's made 1 or 2 mistakes, but he's still young. So I think it's going to be Miley, Gameres, and Willock in midfield. And I think that's what I would put out to start off. Keep Miggy on the bench, fit, give him a rest for a bit, bring him on if he needed. We'll have Isak. Like I said, he's not been on 100%, but put him on the bench to start. That's what I would be looking at. And then we'd bring those players on when we need a bit of pace then later on.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, Eddie doesn't tell you anything. He keeps it close to his chest all the time. Let's go on to Maka. Am I doing a watch along to the report? I'm not, mate. I'll be at the match tomorrow, mate, so I'll be at the game. Being one card away from ban will make you nervous. Aston Jules, yeah. He's still... The thing is, though, I mean, people say it's not the same because he's got that one more booking hanging over him, but he's still quality. Do you think Eddie will revert back to Dan Burn, back into start and Livermore back on the bench? That's it's a possibility, man. I think Kieran Trippier may need a rest, but against Arsenal, he wasn't the only one. He didn't look great, did he? I can't lie. I think Martinelli had him on toast at times there. So I think I'd play Trippier, and I will not be surprised if put Dan Burn back in the side as well. I'm always coming on getting fed up with the same excuses. I want to win football matches. I want to be successful. I can understand, Lorraine, your feelings as well. I know you're a passionate fan. Was there any update on Man U paying 20 mil for Ashworth? Not yet, Philly, not yet. They're still talking. I looked at Fabrizio Romano's tweet today saying that talks are ongoing. So we'll watch that space at this moment in time. I get wifed up. Oh, bless Amy. Blackburn's a bigger club than Newcastle United. They did win the championship with Alan Shearer. Just because they're on the title, Blackburn will never be a big club. They'll not be a big club than Newcastle United. No way. Sorry, Alan.
Wow, taking the lid off the grenade there and throwing that one in. That's just prompting me and Dirk to really go to town on it, because we always sing, where did Shearer win the Premier League to you boys? But I was actually fortunate enough to be there 2 weeks ago with an audience with Alan Shearer at King George's Hall in Blackburn. And what a guy. He is absolutely, he bleeds black and white, but he does love Blackburn as well. So it was a mutual love. Maybe going back to Stephen's point about, when they put the hands on the ball for the draw sort of thing. I mean, that's just utopian for the BBC, isn't it? To have Alan Shearer at Ewood Park commentating or being a pundit for Blackburn versus Newcastle. Maybe, again, just a conspiracy theory. There you go.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic if it's there tomorrow night. Fingers crossed there. Fingers crossed. I mean, Kel's made a fantastic point, by the way. He'd probably go for Emil Kraft, Lascelles and Byrne and Tino as a back four. I tell you what, I mean, we have to wait and see. Anything can happen. We've got the players back, apart from Big Joe, Nick Pope, Elliot Anderson, Callum Wilson. They're the only 4 players that are missing. Garrison's fine. He's a quick turn around after a Gula game, so I reckon he'll start. Quite a possibility. Byrne will be back. We'd like to see Barnes on the left side, Gordon on the right, Isak at the top. Willock, I'm not sure whether he'll start after such a long layoff, but he'll get some minutes tomorrow. I hope he starts. I really do hope he starts. Sorry, Rovers fans, starts the dream, but tomorrow will be a nightmare for you. That's typical Alan, in typical Alan style.
Am I allowed to sit there like that?
Wow, bless him. It says Amy said got to have trips for Philip, Isak, Barnes, Gordon, Marley, Bruno, Willock, Trippier, Sharp, Botman, Livermore, Gareth, Miguel on the bench, and I'll put Botman on the bench as well, just to give him that rest as well, because he'll need it. BG, it's new Sun Kings with a P, Peter or something. Okay, cool. And let's go on to I think a lot of our players failed to hold control of the ball, not just Bruno. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Jules. I mean, the midfield, right? We got outnumbered in midfield, and we got outnumbered, outbossed as well. Declan Rice, Jorginho, and Trossard control the midfield in every single corner to corner, bit by bit. Blanking Saturday from my memory. Cool. It's just also got beat Gary. And I think we all know that as well. Sorry, Jules. Right, let's go on to the prediction as well. We go to the prediction how the game's going to go tomorrow night, Ewood Park. I start with you, Dirk. Blackburn, Newcastle. How do you think the game's going to go? Where the game's going to be won?
Well, I read a little bit prior to coming on. John Eustace says he'll unleash the shackles on Rovers. I'm curious to see what that means with Rovers under the Eustace. Here's what unleashing the shackles is. My heart says that we'll sneak it 1-0. We haven't had many penalties this season. Maybe we'll nick a penalty somehow and sneak over the line with a 1-0 win. But my head will probably say I don't know, like a 2 or 3-0 win to the Geordies. But my heart will go with a 1-0 penalty goal. Smodic scoring it, 87th minute. Game over the line.
Cool.
Into the next round.
Fair enough. Let's go on to John T. What's your predictions going to be?
Oh, man, seriously. I've never been so unsure about a football game in all my life, I don't think. This is absolutely bonkers. I woke up this morning, I thought, we'll be comfortable. It'll be 2-3-0. We're going to ride our luck. Yeah, we're going to be under pressure, but we're going to win it. And then, before I came on here, I just thought, let's not embarrass ourselves tomorrow night. Let's keep it under 4-0 sort of thing. I really can't call it. If you really put me under the spot and under pressure now, it's going to be 2-1, 3-1 to Newcastle. As much as it pains me to say that, but who knows? Who knows? It's kind of D-Day for Eddie Howe. Maybe that might feature into some of the players. John Eustace, as he's got obviously let them off the shackles, like Dirk said. So it's a tough one to call, but may the best team win. Same love, different badge. I always say that about all true football fans. Same love, different badge.
Fantastic. Big up to Kell again. I've always loved Blackburn fans, so tomorrow night will be awesome. A good game, end-to-end stuff. Then we will obviously, I kind of agree with you there. Please hit the likes. Thank you, Leslie. Ironclad 3-0 for the Toon Army. Big up to Phil. 3-1 says Kell. 3-0 clean sheet. Blackburn don't get a stiff. And Gary. Steve, what gives your score prediction, mate?
I'm thinking, looking at our history in the FA Cup against Blackburn, because we won 7 and we've lost 2, and 4 of them were replays. I'm thinking 3-1. Isak, Gordon, and maybe Shah.
Cool stuff. I mean, Alan said, sorry, Dirk, John, 3-1 to Newcastle. I'm going to go with Alan. I'm going to go 3-1 to Newcastle. It's going to be a tough game. I hope 3-1 to the Geordies. Going to be a great match. Thank you, Carl. I appreciate that as well. So it's going to be 3-1 to me. I think we're going to control the game. Just got to defend properly. That's all. Defend properly. We'll be okay. Simple as that. But we'll see what happens on the game tomorrow. 3-1 to Rovers. Slaying a wounded animal tomorrow. Sorry, Stephen John. Really? You have to apologise, mate. You think it's going to be 3-1 to Blackburn? You say 3-1, mate. You say 3-1. We will not hold it against you. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, Rovers fans as well. Philly, you included as well. Right, we're going to end the show there. But it's been fantastic having you guys on, and Steve as well, of course, and John T and Dirk as well. So I'm going to start with you, Dirk. Did you enjoy coming on, mate?
Of course, always a pleasure to talk about Blackburn Rovers. Second love behind my wife, of course, but hoping we'll meet. Our paths will cross again very soon. Either you guys get relegated, or we may get promoted one of these days. But no, I love the Geordies, love the atmosphere you guys always bring to the games, and hoping to see what you guys do with a bit of cash now you're getting backed, allegedly. And so good luck to you after tomorrow. Hopefully you have a good, strong end to the season.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed. And as you, John, did you enjoy coming on?
Yeah, so tonight was quite special for me because this is losing my podcast virginity, as it were. So this was the first one I've ever done. So I wasn't that nervous throughout the day because what's it to be nervous about talking about something that you love? But no, thoroughly enjoyed it. Like I said, may the best team win. Best of luck to Newcastle for the rest of the season. You've always had a little place in my heart just because of your mentalness for football. People aspire to be like Newcastle fans, but yeah, absolutely loved it, John. Thank you very much for having us on, and hopefully one way or another we'll be on again soon.
Cool stuff. And where can we find you on your channel? For people who don't know you, where can we find you on your channel? Can we find you or on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube. We do the watch alongs. Actually, Philip Pete, part of the mafioso. He will be doing the watch along tomorrow. I'm on. This is usually my work time, but Philly Pete, aka Pete, will be covering the game. But yeah, we've got a couple of little Rovers juniors out there that help us out with content vlogs and whatnot. And we're also on Twitter and all that kind of stuff. So I appreciate the plug.
Yeah. Fantastic stuff. And also, what you may need to you need to if you give us your YouTube name and on a DM, and I'll get you subscribed straight away, mate. That'd be amazing. So if you do that later on, that'd be brilliant. John T, do you have a YouTube channel, mate, or can find you on Twitter?
No, I'm pretty boring actually. No, no. The only thing I'm on Twitter at is I think it's John T is Taylor. That's the best one I could come up with. So yeah, if you want to follow me and what have you, I don't post that much. But having said that, that might change after tonight, sort of thing. So
right.
yeah, I might get into this 21st century. You never know.
Fantastic, big up, brilliant. And Stephen, where can we find you on your YouTube, man, and where can we find you?
Well, as I say, up there, that side, you can see all my social medias are up there, and I'm Rock the Tune on all my social media.
Fantastic stuff. I've just subscribed to your channel, by the way. 32,300. Wow. I tell you what, my guy, well done you. Brilliant.
Yeah, it's a grind. It's a grind, I tell you.
It is. Are you full-time YouTuber or not yet?
No. It's the pay for me is quite poo. So it's a passion of love. You know what I mean? I love doing the videos. So I squeeze it in 5 a.m. in the mornings, like that before I clock in to my day job. But no, it's been a long grind.
Fantastic stuff. You've done well done to you. I'd love to get 32k, but I've got 50 new subscribers in 12 hours for that vlog I've done. So made up. So guys, that's what we're going to wrap up the show there for the match preview. Give us your score prediction, leave in the comment section as well. You can still do it after the show as well. I'll be at Ewood Park tomorrow doing a match day vlog. So please show us some love. Hit that subscribe button. Also like the video as well. I'll be doing that tomorrow. And if you like the video, like what you watch, make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you very much to Stephen. Thank you very much for Dirk. Thank you very much for John T as well. And as always, I've heard you backstage as well. Don't go away yet. And thank you, Phil. Thank you, Alan. Thank you again, Alan. Thank you, Gail. Thanks for Les and Jules and mods as well. I really appreciate you doing good work as well. And as always, a winner, lads. And let's